Well, hello there. It looks like it's working. Which means it's time to begin. Welcome, welcome, welcome to Magical Serialism, your daily sonic sampling of the strange wind that blows upon our luck, insights, reflections, and a song even I have not yet heard. We're gonna shuffle these cards, we're gonna draw 4 chords, we're gonna turn them into a song, and then, this is the best part, we're gonna act like it means something, because everything does. Here we go. Tuesday, March 25th, in the year 2025. And we have shuffled and cut the cards, which means it's going to be time to draw. Let's see what's coming up first today. Hey, what do you know? It's the chord we were already listening to, the Mayor, the 1 chord, C major. Thanks for being here. And then, the Mayor's on the dark horse today, C minor. And the train. Now this is the reverse of something that happened yesterday where we had the crow get drawn and then the white horse, and that made this dark train, or no, that made the train out of dark objects. Now this is going the opposite direction. This turns this into a C7 chord, and then this changes the internal triad to a minor triad, and that gives us C minor 7. One of the cool kids. Isn't that just cool? Minor 7th chords are the coolest. And we're gonna add an 11 to that. The Mayor on the dark train is levitating. And that, let's do that like this. I don't know. Maybe that's good. Maybe this will be better. Yeah, I like that. C minor 11, that one. And that's gonna head us to G major, which kind of tonicizes G major a little. This. I could go either way. Depends on what's around it, like most things. The conductor is going to stay G major, at very least, that triad. Conductor's already major, already on a white horse. But now, that's protected from being turned into a dark horse. But it's not going to stop the Mayor from being in decline. So now we're traveling a tritone from C minor 11 to G flat major. A lot of tritone awkward steps in the last few days. Then we're heading back to a Mayor, but the original Mayor, C major. That somehow feels more appropriate than going the other way with all those flats. And then to the Trickster, so that problem is gonna stay. D minor, and let's see if this is a different chord card from the Trickster. This is the end. And it's not. The Trickster's on the crow. Will sound like the dark train. D minor 7. Ooh, D minor 13, no 9, no 11. I know I don't have to say it, but it matters. That means we're gonna get, what? This? Yeah. That's better anyways. Minor 13s are crazy. Crunchy. Delicious. D sharp minor 13. The trickster is on the rise and the conductor is in decline. Ain't that a thing? So that might go with this dark mayor over here. Let's see what else we got. Another trickster, double strong, double sweet. We don't do twosies and a rosies, but we will keep it if it's the same. It's that moment right there. Why should it be that way? Oh, because it's D sharp. Yeah, okay. Oh, and then the angel shows up, but it's too late. Sorry, angel. You are the 5th valid chord card, and we only take 4 in the draw. So we're going to send the angel back into the deck and end the draw. And that means I'm going to do this and push it out of the way. And then we are going to play it and see how it is sound. Okay, so this thing, C minor 11. Right, what was I doing? Oh yeah. There's where we're starting. Heading off to nowhere with G flat major. Back to C major. And then D sharp minor 13. Let's see if I can keep track of these. Yeah, there we go. There we go. All right. Man. Threw a flat 9 in there by accident. Woo. This one's wild, but I think it's going places. You know what? I think it's going places. Oh, I gotta rename a loop patch. It's the 25th. There we go. And then what is this? Hey, at least it's almost 80 today. Let's call it 80 beats per minute. And let's see how that goes for us. Thanks for being here, you guys. Oh, it looks a little unkempt today. Maybe that's fitting. There's a lot of weirdness here. Let's fix it up a little bit, though. This mayor's the only one that's not doing something weird. They're all up to something, but this guy. And that, one more little run through. This guy. Okay, here we go. think I got it. And it works. Yeah, that D sharp minor 13, no 9, no 11 works because we've got this, what is an A sharp in that chord, but really functioning as a B flat, as if it's part of our C minor 7 over here, C minor 11, no 9. And I think that means it's time to add some drums. Let's make this fast. That means gotta get it started and no, that's a little late. Let's try that again. Oh yeah, I was early that time. Ain't that a shame? We'll do that again. There we go. There it is. Extra stuff in there. Actually, I'll keep that in there. That's still a little much. Yeah, all right. this. I like it so far. Let's record it. And that's that. C minor 11, no 9. G flat major, C major, D sharp, minor 13, no 9, no 11. Taking the drums back a notch for a minute here. We'll bring that energy back up when we've had a moment to talk. A moment to talk. Now, if we were in the key of C, which there's almost no way we are, this would be our minor 1, this would be our flat 5. Here's our 1 chord though. Maybe that's the only reason I'm even gonna bother writing this. And this is our sharp 2. And gosh, I guess technically we could be in C. We do get a C. We just also get a C minor. And I feel like this being the only chord with all natural notes in it makes me think either we are in C or there's no way we're in C. So I'm gonna do a selective cross out. We might be, but I don't think we are. I think we're here. But I'm gonna have to do a couple of tests to find out. We seem to be in C minor, with some big exceptions. And that means we're analyzing it in C minor's relative major, E flat major, where this is indeed our tonic 6 chord. The G flat's still way out of line. That is, at least it's based on a note that's in here, and maybe we'll track that. So G flat would be oh no, this would be the flat 3 major. Ooh, I don't even like writing that. Right? Yeah. Oh. See, let me keep analyzing this. This is our 6 but major. But this is E flat minor. So wait. This is what I said O about. I'm gonna pause the piano. This is what I said O about. I discounted the idea that this was in C major. And I did so by arguing that this chord is C minor. And these other chords kind of reinforce it. Maybe that part of it's still valid. But I sort of was like, well, it can't be both of these. And so I discounted C major on that account. Now I have claimed E flat major is the place that we are. And that would be our 1 chord in the key of E flat major. And over here is D sharp minor. which is enharmonic to E flat minor. That means they both are the same chord. I could call this E flat minor 13, no 9, 11, no 11, and it would sound exactly the same. And I'm going to analyze it from that perspective. Because here I've said we're in the key of E flat major / C minor. And it just turns out that where here I disliked a minor 1 chord, here I must somehow explain it. And maybe not. Who knows? But that made me say, oh, because it kind of like came back to bite me, you know? And this thing works so well with the C minor blues scale. As long as you know what to do when these guys come around, that I really do still think we're in C minor. And that means this mayor is playing the Ninja Queen today. The role of the mayor on the dark train levitating above the countryside will be played by the Ninja Queen today. Oh wait, no, I have that backwards. The role of the Ninja Queen will be played by the mayor. The conductor in this case would be the twins in decline on a white horse. So maybe people having regrets and trying to do the right thing despite being in a hole. The mayor then is now playing the part of the Ninja Queen on the white horse in this key of E flat. That's our 6th chord, but major. That's the Ninja Queen on the white horse. That and we're still calling this our tonic, just our minor tonic, except here, of course, it's major. And we were always going to have that fight between these two, but I think minor won the fight. And then we've got the trickster with the crow and the whistle. And this one is playing the part in the R E flat major key. It's the sneakiest dark mayor. And this is what I like so much about how this all panned out. We have, if we call it C major, we've got a mayor that's dark and light. If we call this E flat major, we've got a mayor that's dark, and we've got a Ninja Queen that's dark and light. And I just think that's neato. You know what I'm saying? Oh, weird. Had to check a message. Then, let's see if we can tell a story with this. This is pretty chaotic. This is like in the grit of battle, but there's a clean and beautiful heroism to it. That it doesn't feel like bad news to me, even though it covers a lot of dark subjects. It feels pretty cool, actually. I do like it faster. I wanted to try it in halftime, but this works. That's good, actually. Yeah. Yeah, I guess I better put some bass in this. That's the story. This is a chase. This is like that scene where the orcs descend on a village, and you don't know what's gonna happen, but you know there's a hero out there. This is a cool imperial march. Let's add some strings. Yeah, even more. Let's see what I can do with it. Pretty. Let's see if I can get that better. I think that does it. Yeah. So I gotta come up with some kind of title for this before it gets too crazy. off a little bit first. Let's take those drums out. Let's see what just the bass and the violin sounds like. Here we go. That's pretty. It's easy enough to say some kind of attack. A raid against goodness. But instead of just calling it something like that, I want to focus on, you know, these don't go together, but they feel like they're doing something of the same function. They're both using some different notes than these, some more than others, maybe. There's something about like a ray of light penetrating through the forces, the hope during the losing part of the battle. Is there like some Finnish word for that? They always have like 10 words for cool things. Daylight and blood. When you think about how easy it is now to get picked up and disappeared without due process. Maybe this one will just have to be a little serious. It's got a hopefulness, especially in the melody, that happens back here. It's the death of a friend in the frenzy of battle. Our major chords are surrounded. And yet we see daylight. And at least there's that. Here's our original chords. What do you do when you're surrounded? Maybe it needs it. That's the vibe of this thing, that first melody part. I am gonna add that. That's good. out there and you see one or both of these things, you might just be alive. I mean, daylight's pretty easy to find, don't you think? Maybe usually, and maybe sometimes not. But you know what prevails when you're surrounded? Cool heads, careful thought, and wry jokes, commentary. There's something regal about the tragedy of this sound. Oh, I love it. I love it now. Let's dive in. I'm not so sure this needs anything else. But maybe I'll try real quick here. Beginning, we threw out the angel. She ended the draw today. And so maybe the angel is on the way. No, you know what? I don't think this one needs words. I think it's done. Some very disparate jumps in here. Some heroic deeds of harmony. And honestly, a fine song. I did not expect this to work at all. Maybe that's the daylight. Maybe that's the daylight. This oughtn't work. But with the right melody threading through these awkward leaps, it knits together something quite pleasing. There's this quote I like. If you're climbing a long staircase, don't look up at the whole staircase. Look at the step you're taking. Where I saw this, it was Martin Luther King who said it. And I don't know where or if he got that from somewhere. But the sentiment is exactly right. Sometimes when you look up at everything that must be done, it's too much. And you gotta maintain your focus on what you're doing right now. And I feel like the message I'm getting out of this is that sometimes you do have to look up at the stairwell because it's been kind of bombed out, and you've got to make some crazy leaps to get to the next step. You've got to skip some steps that you'll probably be sad to miss, but they're just not there anymore. And the best part about looking up at that whole stairwell is that at the very tippy top, you can see it, a little streak of light shining in. Breathe it in. One more. But don't get too comfy. We've got a world to save. Hit it. That's it. Both good things. But when you say it like that, it doesn't seem like it. What's up, Bigger Rick? Thanks for being here, man. Just catching the end. I just ran out of steam for interpretation. These things keep us alive. But when I say them like that, they represent the potential of death, of war. And that's what this music feels like to me right now. A bunch of awkward leaps we didn't want to have to take. And the beautiful story of us making those leaps anyways. Go be free and jump and look up. Look up today. No matter how hard the move is, if you're there, you're the only one who can do it. So do it. Love you. Thanks for being here.